Okay, we're going to continue with mornings at this hour now. In fact, more arts news. Thembi and Thalente Duo, they have a new exhibition that opened yesterday at the Stepping Stone Studios in Hillcrest in Durban. And Women in Arts by Mthembu as well as Thalente Khomo do not compete for space. They make a dialogue about what it means to be from here right now. Thembi's work arrives first with texture, layers that look like memory that's being built and unbuilt, and then Thalente pulls the conversation outward, reaches for movement as well. So it's not just a show about grand statements, but it's also just about closeness and a demand that you have to step in to see the details. The artist joins us virtually now to chat. So Thembi and Thalente, if you can hear me, very good morning, and thank you for your time.
Good morning. How are you?
Fantastic. How are you doing? Necessary conversations on this Women's Day. Happy Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day to you too.
Thank you. I mean, let's talk about it. Women in arts, the meaning behind it, the texture, the memory, what you were trying to build and unbuild. Thembi, let's start with you, and then Thalente, you can add in.
Well, our exhibition is, it doesn't have a title really, because we've been working, we started working in 2017 as we both come from the School of Photography. We graduated at the Durban University of Technology, and then we started working on a collaboration. So the Women in Arts means just women working together in solidarity to create platforms and conversations. So what was the next question?
Well, I was asking Thalente then to also weigh in, particularly because there's that notion of building, unbuilding as well, the outward movement, right? Where that energy comes from.
It comes from wanting to build something that will sustain time. So we came together because we also saw that we have the same energy when it comes to creating art, and then we were having conversations about building a legacy for ourselves and then for this medium that is photography. So yeah, the energy comes from wanting to build a legacy as women and creating art.
I love how you, as a duo, decided to not compete, but to unify and to collaborate as well and have this dialogue in one space. Because when you interpret what being from here right now looks like in Durban, talk to us about those pieces a little bit.
Well, first of all, being from Durban is a privilege on its own.
Yes.
Because we get warm weathers even in winter. So creating from that place means we get to tell the global audience what we tell stories from a cultural perspective and also from social perspective, and it's easier for us to talk our language that way. So Thalente can take it.
Okay, I think you summed everything
Yeah.
up. Yeah. Because also we from around, Thembi's from North KZN, I'm from the South Coast, and then we met in this beautiful city of Durban. So the conversations were also just about being a rural girl coming into the city of Durban, and then we take those stories and then we transform them into the artworks that we make. So yeah, I think it's those.
So because of that, cultural influence, upbringing, environmental influences as well, but you've synergized, right, in terms of your work. What surprised you the most about each other's work whilst you're preparing for the exhibition?
I'd like to think what surprised us, because we started working in 2017, and then we both went our separate ways in our respective field, because we started as photographers and we grew into, started exploring with other mediums. So what surprised us was when we were selecting works, because we first wanted to name the exhibition as a photography exhibition. But then when we look at the body of work, we see the growth that we have. And I think that was the most surprise, because we now grew from not only from photography, but exploring with other mediums. So that was the surprise.
Yeah. Also, for me, I think the surprise was that when we first met in 2017, our work was very different. But now, that synergy of just being women artists and a duo, our work are more similar than different, and the story that we are telling, yes, it's not that similar, but it feels like we are traveling the same journey but in different ways, and then that really surprised me about the
Wow,
work.
what a treat we are all in for. Thank you for putting your work together. I wonder then, if people come to the exhibition, what you want to impart, what you want someone who's standing close to the work to feel, to be immersed in, to be transported by, and to be healed as well. What experience would you like to impart through that?
I think as an artist, our journey is to create the work and let the viewer experience the work in ways that they connect to the work. So the stories that we tell them so that they connect to the viewer. So if whoever is looking at the work, we just wish for connection, that they connect with the story that's being told.
Tim,
And yeah, and if they find themselves in the work, lovely.
Job well done.
Yeah.
Thembi, do you want to add anything onto that as well? Just as we also look at when it's showcasing, for how long as well, and what the next step then looks like for you both.
Okay, so the work is running from it opened on the 2nd and it's ending on the 9th of September. So if anyone wants to come to the show, you're welcome to come, and you can contact us on our social media. We go by the name Thembi Thalente Duo. So you can find out our details there, and then you can connect with us and come to the show. When you are there, make sure that you take pictures, that you show us that you were there, and then share them on socials.
And
You,
Thank
take a
you.
piece home.
I actually
And
wanted
by
to.
the way,
Okay, because I wanted to say, I mean, you're inviting people perhaps who've never experienced art, and it could be intimidated by some of the arts, the way the environment is constructed as well. What piece of advice do you have for people who want to immerse themselves, who don't understand, about it, but have that perception? How would you like to dispel that as you open that invitation?
Come with an open heart and don't be scared. And yeah, just know that you are looking at work by two humble artists. To if you meet them, if you get to meet us personally, we are very chilled and humble. So approach the space that way and don't be intimidated by it, because everyone around the studio is warm. So yeah, it's a very communal space. So yeah, just come with an open heart and receive the art.
I definitely can feel the humility on my end as well. So thank you for your open hearts as well, and for being part of the broader conversation, because you are also showing what South Africa's, well, a piece of what South Africa's artistic landscape looks like, particularly for women. Any thoughts on that quickly? We're going to wrap up.
sorry, can you please repeat the question?
I was just saying, looking at art for women in South Africa, you're adding a part of that piece, right, through your works as well. And I just wanted to know what you're reflecting on that front, what is working, what isn't working as you navigate the space.
Okay, so our works are definitely inspired by the women who came before us, who were not recorded. And now we tell stories from women perspective, and we are hoping to pass on the baton, because now um, what we are creating, we are hoping that it inspires the next generation so that they create, having seen what we've done, because we've seen what the women before us has done. So we are hoping to inspire the next generation, and that is our take on the creation of our works.
Okay,
And
Thembi
just show
Thalente. Let's leave it there. Thank you. All the best with your future endeavors. Happy Women's Day as well. We'll continue to watch you still there as you continue with your work. Mthembu as well as Thalente Khomo. They to chat to us about the exhibition, which opened just yesterday there.